Well, without further ado, guys, welcome to 2025, right? Right. Everybody that made it, really give a round of applause for everybody that made it into the year, right? And for all those that didn't, our hearts, our minds, our thoughts, they go out to you all, right? So anyhow, just want to welcome you all to the EntreprePodcast. That's EntrePre podcast, where we highlight entrepreneurs at all levels and anyone with the dream. So today, I'm very fortunate, right, guys? I'm blessed even to say that someone of this stature, right? Someone I consider a brother, family, friend, mentor, confidant, all of the above, right? So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my boy C Money, Chris Williams. So everybody, I'd like for y'all to give him a round of applause, right?
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me in here, brother. I always enjoy running over things and bouncing things off the wall of Hicks.
There you go. I appreciate it, man. Always happy to be a sounding board. So, this year it's 2025. It feels a little bit different, to be quite honest.
True.
Feels a little bit different. When I say different, we got different president coming up. Okay. We have a lot of things going on. Today is January 16th, 2025. We have the fires just going crazy in Cali.
We've been handed some crazy stuff at this point right now.
Yeah.
2025 is gonna be live, if you stay alive. No.
Yeah, straight up
Yeah.
though. So yeah, it's just a different feeling, and so this platform is really just to highlight entrepreneurs like yourself. Anybody that's really has a vision, anyone that is on a mission to get something accomplished in the scheme of life, right? So we have Chris here. He's been ever so grateful to give us his time. We're just gonna kind of dialect today, talk about business, talk about mindsets, talk about really just being better, becoming the best version of yourself. So without further ado, I just want to allow Chris to introduce himself, kind of let you guys know who he is, and what he really does and stands for.
Thanks, guys. Again, I am a entrepreneur at heart. I'm a creative. That is an entrepreneur, basically. I do whatever it takes to get my body, my mind, and my person into the right state so that I can be successful in life, just in general, and I can add value to the world. So what that means is always taking a picture of where you stand. And that means in every aspect, where you stand mentally, physically, socially, emotionally, taking a picture of those places and measuring where you want to be, even in the next 5 to 10 minutes, but
Wow.
in the next year too. But you have to measure everything in short spurts. You know what I mean? What I have to accomplish for today. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing, man. I've just been focusing on me, focusing on being the better me that I can be. And that means, having the right state of mind always. And if I don't have it, I find someone or something that does have it, and I listen to it and I put it in my ear, just like these headphones. It's amazing what you can get accomplished when you have the right things in your ears. You know what I mean? A lot of people are getting bamboozled by putting the wrong things in their ears, and it's important, so important when you're down to have something that uplifts you in your ears, not something that helps you stay down. So yeah, that's me. That's where I'm at. I am just a guy that's looking to get better all the time, and that means just having and knowing when I'm down, knowing when I have a problem, and knowing where to go to fix that problem or to help me with that problem. Where is the source at for me to improve? If it's a gym, if it's a motivational speech, just anything. The people, Hicks, hey, I need to bounce this off. What do you think about that?
Right.
You know, so yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Well, I love it. I think you touched on a few very interesting points. One of which saying just taking a snapshot and knowing where you're at. Self awareness, my personal opinion, is something that is really, a critical thing of an entrepreneur, anybody that is on a mission to accomplish something. So just kind of knowing where you're at, knowing where you're going, and some kind of way formulating a plan to execute those things. That's really the nuts and bolts of success in entrepreneurship. It's having that foresight and nearsight, to kind of see where we're at, what we're doing, and kind of where we want to go as a project or whatever it is that we're doing. So, I want to kind of dig deeper. Um, if you would, go ahead and tell the people, like, many people, we have these social settings, right? And most folks, they come across you and they say, hey, so what do you do? Right? So how would you answer that question?
What do I do? I don't know. No, I do a little everything. And sorry about the arms, guys. I do a little everything, but mostly what I do is real estate and deal evaluation. Uh, and those deals don't always end in real estate. It's in progression, evaluating the deal that helps you get to where you want to go. But real estate is where I am. And so that's flips, that's rehabs, that's just construction jobs, that's roofs, flooring, windows, termites, anything that has to go to be fixed or worked on inside of a house. That's what I do. That's what I organize. I'll get a hammer out the truck if I need to. But that's what I put together. Um, I'm always shopping, always looking for a deal, and figuring out a way to make it happen. So yeah, real estate is where I stay. I've been in a few different things, few different industries. Again, roofing has been one. Uh, Animal feeds is another. Um, that's been pretty cool. A cool venture that I've gone into. I actually have a food waste business. And,
Awesome.
that I started this past year, and that's been pretty cool. It's a unique industry that that has a lot of potential. I mean, a lot of people deal with food waste, and not only just food waste, just different types of waste, just in general, plastics, papers, uh, chemical waste, anything that has to go with waste. There's a place for it, and I deal with it. So yeah.
Awesome. No, thank you for sharing that. And the real estate, that's definitely a field that a lot of people have been interested in the past, 5, 6, 10 years, I would say.
hmm
People have expanded their mindsets from just a traditional realtor or broker, if you will, and they've gone ahead and expanded into different things like wholesaling and what have you.
Right.
So many people are now privy to different strategies in real estate, or they think they are, I should say. Everyone's like, oh yeah, wholesale, I've heard of that, you're a wholesaler, so that whole deal. By the way, we're not wholesalers, but we will wholesale your property.
It
But
gets sold whole. You got the whole thing.
there you go. So, but if you would please, I'd like to go one more layer back. So, for those of people that are listening to this podcast, they're hearing you say you're an entrepreneur, that you are someone that is something that does many different things, real estate and have a food waste business. What does a day in the life of Chris Williams, as this, what you're doing, look like? And the reason why we ask, it's not to, you know, uh, be intrusive. We really want to show the audience what a day in the life of, entrepreneur like yourself looks and feels like.
Yeah, so that's pretty funny, man. My days, they start the day before. I think that's what you have to do. I know that's what I have to do. Actually, if I don't start my day the day before, then the day is gonna be probably trash, right? So that means planning. Um, so yeah, man, before I go to bed, I have to have a little whiteboard that I write down my goals for tomorrow, and I put those on paper and I take a snapshot. I take a snapshot for my phone for when I'm away from my whiteboard. But generally, I go down that board, man, and I give myself a grade. So like even that night when I come in and put that stuff on the whiteboard, I check off what I got done on the whiteboard from the day before, and yeah, that's kind of usually how it goes for me. Going through my processes, and so when I align, well, not never align. When I have my things written down, so it may start off, let's say, 6 a.m., 6:30. I'm usually trying to get up. I may be getting up at 5:30, and just opening my eyes. I may check my phone or whatever, and then about 6:30, I get ready to go to the gym. That's usually how it goes for me. 6:30 at the gym. Work out for about an hour, hour and a half or so. Talk to Jim Bay, GYM, BAE, not JIM. Yeah, then I get to there. From there, I'm usually finishing around 8 o'clock or so, and then I go into my calls with people that I need to call, things that I need to do. It may be a lawsuit. It may be calling a realtor. It may be looking at it, calling a food company, calling whoever's on my list, whoever owes me money, whoever uh, needs to be paying me money, uh, or whoever I need to provide a service to. So those are usually my days, and then from there, you're planning, you're handling what comes from what you've already just called on, and then you're looking at strategy, looking at other things that you need to do. So for that day, but it's just handling the process. Getting on the internet, um, using all the tools that I have to finish off what I need to do. So like even today, even after this podcast, I'm gonna go look at a property
Okay.
that I got. I sent off a contract today on the property, and then I gotta go take some pictures of it, walk through it, see what I got, and then shoot all this stuff off to my buyers that I got, and go from there. Look to sell something. Look to make $1 every day.